Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Talks with Timoskii, a podcast for the youth of today where we discuss enriching topics with the aim of helping people like you become a better version of yourself. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Okay, so first and foremost, do you want to give the viewers a little introduction as to who you are and what you do?
All right, so my name is Kaden, or Kaden on YouTube. If you want to go check it out, subscribe. I have been making self-improvement videos for about a year now. I started last June of 2022, and I'm just a guy trying to improve myself basically and trying to help others improve themselves as well.
Love that, bro. I respect that a lot. So you've been making videos for about a year now?
Yeah.
Okay. And so talk me through your journey before you even started self-improvement. What did your life look like? What habits did you have? All of that kind of stuff.
So my life before self-improvement, let's just take it back to the months leading up, right? So I was not in the best mental state. My thoughts constantly ruminated on negativity, bad energy. Like if you were around me, it's just I'm not the type of person you want to be around. My habits were horrible, so I would have influenced you to do bad things. Like if I was hanging out with someone, it's like, oh, we're smoking or we're doing something like that. It's no productive energy. We're not leveling up in any sort of way. And like my habits literally were just bringing me down. There was nothing really I was doing besides going to the gym in the past couple months with leading up that was productive in any sort of way. And even before that, before me going to the gym, it was way worse. Like when I was a little younger, like 14, 13, like I didn't do anything productive. And it was just riding away my life. Like I was 13 with a beer belly. That shit was wild. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
13 with a beer belly.
Exactly.
No, but I feel you, bro. No, I feel you. Like it's crazy. It's just like that's how most teenagers are living these days. Like there's just so many distractions. All of these like really bad foods and social media. So the fact that you're even
Exactly.
going to the gym is even a good thing that you ended up.
Exactly. And because it's everyone, it's so easy to do that and just blend in. It doesn't. No one is ever like, oh, you're kind of wild, and oh, you're doing this. Are you sure you want to do that? No, because they're doing it with you, and it's not even. I don't even think it's the fault of the teens. It's just that's just how it is now.
Yeah.
It's really hard to combat it too. You have to be extremely aware of your circumstances and what's good for you and what's truly bad for you to even combat it. Because there's people who just truly live their life on autopilot. They're not even aware that the circumstance is bad. Like there's been so many situations, especially now that I'm aware of what's going on, where it's just like they're just living in it. They're not aware enough to take a third person view of their own actions. They're just acting. You know what I'm saying?
When around, so was it a year ago that you also found self-improvement, or did you start like who did you find first? How did you come across the idea of self-improvement?
There was a video. It was a Hamza video. It was like 2 weeks.
Same.
It was like
Yeah,
2 weeks can change your mental health. And like, especially then, like, because it had just been the habits repeated. So it's like when I started it, my mental wasn't like crazy bad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was a little because of childhood trauma and stuff like that. But then as I kept repeating the habits, then it was like towards the end, right when I found self-improvement, it was like my mental was completely destroyed because, as I said, everything I was doing was bringing me down. So I saw this video and I was in a desperate state. I was like, okay, 2 weeks, that's all I gotta do. 2 weeks. And
I know what video you're talking about.
I remember the habits. It was like, oh, just meditate. And he was making it seem like easy. He was like, oh, just breathe in. That counts as meditation. Do one push-up. And even in my head, he was like, you're gonna be cocky about it. And I was cocky about it. I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it. Because once he said you only have to do one push-up, I was like, I've been doing more than that. Because I had not a nice body, but I did have some gains, you know what I'm saying? I had a little 8-pack. I was feeling myself on the fitness front. So I did have that cockiness, but soon I got humbled, not with the first day or even the first week, with the consistency. The consistency did humble me. The in and out discipline daily grind. But yeah, how I got into it was that 2 week video can change your mental health because I was in such a state, desperate enough because I was doing so many bad habits that just constant downward trajectory. That was definitely a turning point. And if you watch my self-improvement summer video, I'm like, last summer completely changed my life. It didn't change who I was as a person. I say this very specifically. It changed the trajectory of where I was going. Because I was going down, little intersection, summer. All right, now we going up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you mentioned self-improvement summer. What is that for the people who don't know?
Self-improvement summer is a time to really change the trajectory of your life. It's a time to intersect on whatever habits that you have not even cultivated over the year that have been bad, that you've cultivated in your life that's been bad. Like, say you're out of shape. What's the best time to be in shape? The summer. You can't walk outside with your shirt off in the winter. Like, it's just nice. You're getting tan, so then your cuts look better. It's just, you can work out outside, and your mental health, it's so easy to have good mental health in the summer. Because especially for teens, you don't have to worry about school. You can actually get outside. Sunlight is very important in your mental health, and it's very good for your mental health. Just being in nature in general. It's easier to do things with friends that don't involve degeneracy. Like, oh, let's go to the pool. Let's not, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let's go to this lake or to the beach or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, we could all play basketball outside because it's not cold like winter, or anything with your friends. Instead of playing basketball, me and my friends spar. But it's whatever you want to do, you can do with your friends outside. And it's easier to make events that way. And it's easier to just enjoy yourself out in the summer. So enjoy improving yourself out in the summer. That's the best way that I can put it. Self-improvement summer is not only is it the easiest time in terms of it's just convenient, but it's also, I think it's the best time to really lock in, because say it is summer, right? You're completely isolated from all the negative influences if you choose to do so. So say you're going to school, you're constantly with your negative influence, right? It's summer. All right, I'm not hitting the cart in the bathroom every day. All right, I'm not going at home with my friends after school and doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just inside alone. So it's much easier to influence yourself when you don't have other influences coming into your brain. It's just like you choose your inputs. It's easier to choose your inputs, and you can learn what you want. So learning becomes more fun. It's just everything about summer makes it easier for self-improvement.
I love that, man. So is it safe to say that summer's your favorite season in the year?
Summer, yeah. I like summer. I like fall too because my birthday's in fall. But the whole season, nothing matches up to summer. It's nice outside. You go outside. Everyone's outside. It's just good vibes in summer. Yeah, sunny. I love the sun too. I love the sun.
Absolutely, bro. So, what does a day in Kadens' life look like on self-improvement summer?
Like from a day in my life, it's a lot of time outside. Like, I wake up, I take a cold shower, and then I write my gratitude. Just one page of gratitude. I used to do more, but then I found diminishing returns from that. One page of gratitude, but I try and like really mean what I'm saying in the gratitude. Then I write my daily, weekly, monthly goals, and then I'll write the reason why I'm actually waking up and straight getting to work. Because I think for me, that's really important, knowing why I'm doing something. I can't do pointless things anymore. I could before. I could definitely before. I did a lot of pointless things, but now a lot of stuff just seems pointless. Like, I don't want to do that because what's the benefit on my end? But constantly reminding myself, it makes it like an entity. It makes my self-improvement like an entity. You know what I'm saying?
An entity. Like that.
And recently I've been starting to try and find God more. What the hell? I had this later, but it's whatever. I've been trying to start and find God more, right? So
I respect that.
I don't want to say self-improvement is like God, but it's like I like the thing of looking forward to a potential outcome, or not a potential outcome, a destined outcome if I work hard enough. And I respect that. I like knowing the point of things and the point of doing things. For instance, like I brought up religion because getting closer and connecting with God has just made me get closer on self-improvement too. because it just makes you
Yeah.
want to do the less degenerate things.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes you want to do the less degenerate things even more. It makes you want to avoid all that toxicity and negativity. But my fault. I went off on
No,
a
no,
rant.
you're good. No, it's so
The
true.
main
Like,
the main the main thing that I do in the day is I wake up, I write
yeah.
everything, then I go outside, I work out, I come back in, I take another shower because
Okay.
I just got all sweaty everything.
Yeah.
And then I'll sit down, I'll do a little bit of journaling, not too long, like 15, 20 minutes. Then it's straight. I do a YouTube work deep block session. So around 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how strong my focus level is that day. If my focus is diminishing at like 75 minutes, I'll call the reps and then I'll task switch. I'll switch to
Okay.
doing coding for 60 to 90 minutes because it's
Oh,
like,
Kaden. Okay.
yeah, because
Nice.
it's like if my attention is diminishing, I don't want to try and push out a bad product. I'm not gonna lie, SelfImprovement Summer has made me push out some not so good videos, but I just made a new schedule for this to drop better videos. Me and my friend wrote it up last night because I was out of his house last night. So it's that's gonna
Okay.
be definitely incorporated into my daily routine. I've been writing out on how to do that today. So I'm
Nice.
going to incorporate that in. Yeah.
The fact that you're trying to get closer to God. Same with me. I really respect that, bro.
I
100.
respect that too. It makes it so much easier because you don't have like when you feel that someone is constantly watching you, someone in a position of authority, like you really, like I
Yeah.
said, most people can't back out into third person and really look at their actions. So it's
Exactly.
like you constantly have someone looking at your actions in third person, like, come on, bro. And it's like you
Exactly.
start to hear him in your head
Yeah, you
just
take
based off
accountability.
exactly, just based off the thought that there is something or someone constantly watching me. And to
Exactly.
me, any religion is better than none. Any
Yeah.
like I don't even know for what I believe in, but I haven't been
Yeah.
to church since I was like 7. Now me and my
Yeah.
friend, he goes to church pretty much. I know every month, at least every month. He goes like twice a month
That's
or 3
real.
times a month, right? He's going to
Yeah.
start taking me to church because I just want to get closer with God. Now,
Respect.
do I necessarily have I read the Bible? I have a Quran next to my bed. I have read some of the Quran,
Okay,
but do I
nice.
necessarily believe in like a specific one? No, but I do want to learn the teachings, and I do want to hear. I want to hear it out because as a kid, it was so normal just to not hear it out. It was like everyone was just
Mm,
like nobody really believes in God. In fact, people disrespect God so much. And it's
that's true.
like I think that is not good for the world in any sort of sense.
Absolutely, bro. So I want to bring it back to what you said about, self-improvement summer. You said that like it's the best time because you're away from all the negative influences at school and stuff like that.
What advice would you give to a teenager who only has negative influences around them and is trying to get onto self-improvement, but they haven't really got any positive influences around them? Self-improvement is a lonely journey.
Well, I feel like there's 2 ways that this can go. And this is
Yeah.
gonna sound weird, but you've been in a friend group. You know how there's kind of like a hierarchy in the
Yeah,
friend
yeah,
group?
yeah,
It
yeah.
depends where you are in that hierarchy. Like say like you're the
Okay.
one that everyone makes fun of, then it's like, yeah, you just gotta dip and go. If you got like a friend in the group, in every group, you're gonna be closer with a specific person. If you got a friend in the group who you actually have deep conversations with, maybe you talk to them about, oh, I don't want to be doing this anymore. They match your vibe, then it's like then try and go with that person and improve with that person because it doesn't have to be a lonely road. But if it is a lonely road for you, because I understand that is actually the more common case, then I don't know, man. We have the self-improvement summer Discord if you're feeling lonely, so you can join that. We can
Quick
talk to
promo.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Nice
We
one.
can talk to you.
I respect
Um,
that. So you think that if there's like another person or someone you really vibe with, you click, you should try and
yeah.
bring them on to self-improvement.
Yeah, but it depends,
Okay.
like I said, where you are in that friendship hierarchy. Because
Yeah,
nobody's gonna try and go with the dude who's like everyone thinks is at least cool, just because we're monkeys, bro. That's our thing. It's
yeah.
social,
I thought, yeah, the
very
hierarchy, it's
social.
real. Yeah, I thought,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
there's a hierarchy in everything. Yeah.
So you've been making content for about a year, right? What made you decide to start creating content, posting on YouTube in the first place?
I made YouTube videos ever since I was like everyone has, but I would actually edit the videos and I'll look back and I'm like, I haven't improved that much at editing. I could just talk better. I've made YouTube videos since I was like single digits. Like
Single digits.
I've made YouTube videos. My little brother actually was a big push because he was making YouTube videos, right? At the
Yeah.
time, I had 9 subs and he had 20 subs. And he's like,
Oh,
he's 10 and I was 15, he's 10. And I was like, bro, I'm not going to let you beat me. I'm not
yeah,
going
hell
to.
no.
Exactly. Like, what, you little bro?
I feel
So
you.
then we made this deal. First person to hit 100. My friend Pinnell, who also edits my videos now,
W
he
Pinel.
had his own channel at the time, right? So it was all
Nice.
3 of us in the race to 100. I don't remember their subs. I'm pretty sure my little brother was still at 20 because I remember clowning him for that. All I know is I won in like a month because I dropped. I really
Oh,
took that
nice.
competition. I took it more serious than them. I was dropping a bunch of videos because
No, I feel you.
I'm a competitive person. So I think
Yeah.
that's actually really got me into it was that race to 100 because that was decided in like long before I actually hit the 100. That was decided within like my first month of YouTube. And then once I did hit 100, I'm like, I just got to do this 10 more times to hit 1K. 1K is monetization. And I noticed since every time I
Yeah,
gain more subs, it just gets easier to gain subs.
that's true.
And I noticed that
Yeah.
with everything, like once you first start making progress in the gym, it's easier to get progress in the gym. It's momentum. You just build momentum, and
Momentum,
then
yeah,
it's like a wrecking ball. You smash
exactly.
every next goal, every
That's
next
true.
obstacle in the ways. You're just moving through it. So yeah, I would say my little brother and Pinot really got me into it.
No, I
It
love
really
that,
got
man.
me into it. That
That's so
challenge really
true.
got me into it. It got me hyped because I liked the feeling of beating them, and I liked the feeling of taunting them for it. And then
Yeah,
I was like, all right, now y'all should just make my videos. Let's get rich.
I respect that.
Yeah,
No, I love that, man. Competition
yeah,
is really, really good. Like that's the
yeah.
reason it makes everyone better because you're all in the race to 100 subscribers. You're all putting in the effort, and that's gonna make all of you grow at the end of the day. So I respect that, man.
Exactly,
I respect that.
exactly, exactly,
So,
exactly.
What would you say is like the hardest thing for you about the whole self-improvement thing? Like,
are there any habits that you struggled so hard to get rid of, or do you have days where you're like, what am I even doing this for? What would you say is like really difficult about self-improvement?
The All right, I'm gonna give you 3 answers to this.
Three
The
answers.
one
Okay.
that plagues me the most today is probably day in, day out. It's like I would say
Mm,
I am consistent. I would say I'm consistent, but day in, day out, like day by day by
yeah,
day by day by day by day by day by day,
I feel you on that.
I'll be consistent over the longer period of time. I'm consistent, but then if you shrink it down to like a 3-day period, it could be so. Say I'll do good for this 3 days, right? But then you move over to this 3 days, and I miss one day in the middle. That seems like a lot, and especially since we're
Yeah.
humans, like the days seem so much longer than the actual sum. The days to me, like a day in a month, seems longer than the month. I don't know why. I don't know how.
I get what you're
But
trying to
it's
say
like
there. Yeah.
whatever is going on now. So say for like 2 weeks, I'll be going good. 2 weeks straight, day in, day out, day in, day out. Then
Yeah.
I'll miss one day. Like I said, you lose your momentum, and then the next day, it's
Oh,
like I'm back where I started. I'm not making
yeah.
as good
Oh,
progress anymore. It's just one day. It's one day. So I've been working on that.
yeah.
But I had
It's so
noticed
true.
every time the days get longer and the days get longer and the days get longer and the days get longer. And this is exactly what ties into my next 2. The hardest for me were probably definitely weed. That one was a struggle. But once I got out of school, it just went away.
Oh, okay. So was it more like is it the friends that kind of influenced you? Is that the reason
I
why
wouldn't
you
even
found
say
it
it's
easy
the
to
friends
stop
because
so
I wouldn't
easily?
even say that I was friends with them. It's just like, all right, I actually have a pretty interesting story for this. So I'm not a
Okay.
fan of school at all. I don't like school, right?
Really?
So yeah. So I would say I was doing that to pass time or to cope for being in school, right? But
I see.
one
Okay.
time I was speaking to my teacher and she was talking to me about how everyone like has started drugs and blah blah blah. And then I was like, but I know she had no control over this. So I'm not gonna name her. I'm just gonna say like Mrs. K, right? I'm
Yeah,
gonna call
Mrs.
her
K.
Miss K. So
Shout out
Miss
Miss
K,
K.
like Come on. All the bathrooms in the school are closed. There's only one bathroom that was open, right? It was the one near the you remember the devious licks?
Oh yeah.
That's why people was taking stuff. And they just kept it. They never changed it.
That was wild.
Yeah, people were taking stuff. I didn't take anything. I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, I didn't take anything.
So they were taking stuff. So then only one of the boys' bathrooms was open and one of the girls' bathrooms was open for most of the day. Sometimes they would open one, like during lunch they would open a second one, something like that, where there's like big groups of people trying to use the bathroom, right? But in the morning, when everyone first got to school, the first thing everybody would do was go and use the bathroom. About 5% of these people were actually using the bathroom, right? The rest was just drugs everywhere being passed. Boom. I have videos of this. Like people, I'm not gonna lie, even I was smoking actual weed inside of the school bathroom. Not even like a vape cartridge. And then it was like, I was talking to my teacher and we were talking about that, and I was like, but she's a biology teacher, right? So I was like, you like biology. If there's a virus and you condense it all into one area, what's going to happen? It spreads. That's what I said to her, because she was talking about why is he becoming so. There's only one bathroom open.
No, like it's true.
People who I've never seen do it started doing it because it was just condensed.
Damn,
it was like a box as big as my room, maybe a little bigger.
It was like a virus. It just spread.
Exactly.
I see, yeah.
It spreads. It's just going to spread. That's what I said. If you condense a virus into a small area, it's just going to spread.
Yeah,
I was thinking biology because he was just talking about biology. I was like, so I don't really know what you expect to happen. And then, yeah.
I get that.
I didn't like school. So I say that issue disappeared completely in what's the third one? What was the third one? I don't know. I don't really have three for you. I would say NoFap was a struggle too. NoFap was a struggle.
Okay.
So do you read any books, any self-help, self-improvement books, anything of the sort?
Yeah.
What would you say is the one that impacted you the most? Maybe it changed your mindset or changed the way you look at things in life, changed your habits?
This is going to be interesting. But it's not exactly a self-improvement book, but it did make me think a lot about self-improvement. It's a book called Sapiens. I don't know. Have you ever read it?
I've heard of it. I haven't read it.
I could send you a link for
for sure.
Audiobook. It's just on YouTube.
Okay.
But it talks about a lot of things that are common not only in self-improvement but just in the human experiences in general. It literally goes from us as like literal, like, I don't want to say apes, but prehistoric humans, just before tools, all that, and leading up to that, and then how we lived and everything. Then it got into money and how the concept of money and social contracts and everything. It talked a lot about social contracts. That made me think a lot about just life in general. It talked about how the thing that makes humans so powerful not only is our ability to have shared falsehoods or shared lies. I don't think he said the word lies. I think falsehoods would be better. It's like we can both, for instance, two kids are having a conversation about Santa Claus. Santa Claus is not a real concept. If a monkey can't even comprehend the thing of Santa Claus, but it exists within those two kids' minds. So within their conversation, Santa Claus is real, right? That's the same thing on a grand scale with money and all of that. It's like, that's what the book was explaining. Money, laws, rules, the ability for us to have these social contracts, these agreed falsehoods makes it so that we can exist. You know what I'm saying? Exist at such a high level. Like, I don't think the iPhone would be around without any of this, or even just the concept of the iPhone. That's still false. Like, what do you think? Do you have any animals?
Yeah, I have a dog.
What do you think they think when they see you on your phone or just looking at like the TV? What do you think they're not thinking? Oh, he got that.
Yeah, they're like, what is he doing?
Exactly. So it's the ability to hold this falsehood in our mind that makes us very powerful, and that made me start looking at my beliefs, because if it's beliefs in whole that makes us so powerful as a society, the ability to cultivate our own beliefs and beliefs that are beneficial, for instance, laws, which actually help us. I don't care what anyone says. Laws are very good. There's some people who don't want laws, man. Laws, bro. Like that's what
Yeah,
prevents me from getting shot when I walk outside. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just out of the blue. The ability for us to have these falsehoods at a grand scale enables it. So even you and me are having this conversation on this great invention, because this wouldn't be invented if Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak were worried about like dodging and evading spears and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The falsehoods allow us to live at such a grand scale, all relatively peacefully. I would say it's definitely more peaceful than any other point. Besides, what happened in Russia, Ukraine. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, so yeah.
But like I would say, you and me have lived, compared to if we go down our family tree, have lived a pretty peaceful life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those
sure.
falsehoods and beliefs allow us to live that peaceful life. So that made me start looking at my own beliefs so I could live the best life for me. Because if at a society scale we can create falsehoods that people abide by that help us all live better on our own, then I could make beliefs within this already established rule set that it could make me be better on my own. That book really made me think about that.
I have to read that one now.
Yeah,
Well said.
It's
Yeah.
a good read.
Wait,
It's a good read. It's a
who's
good read.
who's the author?
It's like I don't know. I know it's Yule or
Okay.
something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I'll check it
I
out.
really can't.
Sapiens. Is it Sapiens?
Yeah,
I'll check it
yeah,
out. Nice one.
yeah. I'll send
Okay.
you a link for it. I'll send you a link.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So in the whole self-improvement space, who would you say are your role models? Who do you look up to the most? And who are some people that other people look up to that you're not really a big fan of, if there are any?
I can't think of anyone that I'm not necessarily like. There's people that I don't really tune into or listen to, but
Yeah.
I can't think if they're getting people to improve themselves. What am I gonna do? How am I not gonna be a fan of them? Maybe I might not agree with what they say or anything. Like I don't really like heavy red pill. I don't like that. I like the concept of self improvement, but I don't like the over harping on women. I don't like every discussion and conversation it's about women. I don't like that because it's like I don't know. I feel like I'm not really learning that anything new. I want to learn how I can improve myself because obviously women are going to come with that. Like the concept that women are going to want the best person is like that's obvious. That's obvious. I don't like the over harping on women or the over talks on women because it's just repeating the same thing and it's like once you hear it,
Exactly.
you know. Like I'm not saying that it's not true. There's a difference between me saying that it's not true. I just don't like how it's the main focus. I feel for a lot of self improvement is the main focus. But speaking on that topic, I would say I gotta give credit to Hamza as my favorite because bro he was the one who really introduced me to this. And I like Andrew Tate because I like how he speaks. He's a very good speaker. He's very fluent. He's very funny too. He's a very good speaker. He's a very good speaker. I will say that he's a good speaker. He's a very good speaker. Like if you actually listen to what he's saying, he's a very good speaker. Like
he's trying to get cancelled.
All types of vocabulary and stuff. Like he's a very good speaker.
He is, to be fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Final question. So, what would you say to your younger self, or just another teenager who wants to get started on self-improvement, wants to improve themselves, but they don't really know how or where to get started, and they're looking for some guidance or some advice? What tips could you give someone like that?
All right. Speaking to, can I answer both my younger self and
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Speaking to my younger self, I would tell him to try and be a superhero. Because as a kid, I wanted to be Batman. And what Batman was just doing the high level self improvement.
Yeah, Batman is a G.
I was like, oh, that's so cool. He trains. He builds robots. He codes. He does detective work. All this stuff. He drives cool cars.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I'd tell me. I'd be like, try and be Batman. Try and be Iron Man. Try and build yourself up. Try and become a superhero. I would tell him stop trying to be Spider-Man though, because I would try and build web shooters. Like actually, as a kid, I was trying to build web shooters. So I was like, there's like a whole YouTube niche on building web shooters. I got
Really?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, there is. You could go. So I'll send you some. I'll send you some of those too. I used to watch this when I was a kid, like videos on how to build web shooters and
How to
stuff.
build.
But I'll tell them
Oh,
stop
that's
trying to build
interesting.
web shooters and try and be more like Batman because you like Batman more than Spider-Man anyway. And
Yeah.
then to just any teen. Well, if you're a fan of superheroes anime, like I was try and be like them because I see a lot of people get inspired in fitness, Dragon Ball Z, all that type of stuff. People will definitely shows can definitely inspire. I will say that. And
Yeah, for sure.
say you're not necessarily into that stuff, but you still want to be the best version of yourself. Think about dying. Think about dying more. Yeah, think about dying. Think about dying because one, you'll find God. That I started really thinking about God when I started thinking about myself dying more.
For sure.
You think about yourself dying, you start thinking about God more. And then you'll think about the actions that you're doing now, and if that's truly what's going to make you happy on your deathbed, if that's the life that you want to remember, if that's the life that you want everyone or the people around you will be based off the life that you live currently. So think about that. The people around you on your deathbed will be based off the life that you live currently. So I don't think any of your friends who are doing drugs with you are going to come. I hate to break it to you. So, yeah, look,
that's real.
think about your death.
That's real. Great answer, bro.
So where can people find you on social media?
I don't really have any social media. I have a TikTok, but I don't have the app downloaded, so I don't even know if it's updated because I just focus on I have YouTube. You can YouTube. And then if you really want to talk either self-improvement coaching, if you want like a full-on conversation like this length where it's just dropping knowledge on whatever problem you have, or if you want to just like a little quick answer, a little quick text, join the Self-Improvement Summer Discord. I'm in there pretty much every day answering questions, talking to people, talking to the community. It's actually been really fun. Getting to know people, stuff like that. So yeah. Those are the two ways. If you want a longer conversation, you really got a problem, especially if it's private. Coaching, it's only like $15 for a 30-minute conversation, just one-on-one, or you could sign up for a 1-month program. Or if you want just a quick answer, I could get on coaching or answer it today. Just join the Self-Improvement Summer Discord. Yeah, that's where people can find me. Or on my YouTube. If I have a video about an issue that you already have, just YouTube is there too.
Nice, bro. You heard it here first, guys. Join the Self-Improvement Summer Discord. I'm in it. It's amazing. The links are going to be in the description to his Discord and his YouTube.
Thank you for taking the time to have a chat with me. You're the first ever guest on this podcast.
I'm honored. I'm truly honored. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so that is the end of the podcast. I hope you took something away from that. It's the first of many, so stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more coming, a lot more guests on the podcast. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.